The United States is significantly increasing its military footprint in the Middle East, signaling a potential escalation in the ongoing war with Iran. According to reports from the Arab News Agency on March 24th, the US is preparing to deploy an additional 3,000 troops and infantrymen to the Central Command region, bringing the total US military presence in the area to approximately 8,000. The move is widely seen as preparation for a broader offensive against Iran, with a particular focus on capturing the country's energy infrastructure. The deployment, forces, strategy, and objectives. Military officials are currently considering the deployment of Army and Marine Corps forces to support the US-led operation against Iran. The additional 3,000 troops will join the 5,000 US Marines already stationed in the Gulf, forming a combined force aimed at offensive operations. According to General Chan-cheong, the primary objective of these forces is to seize Iran's energy infrastructure, a critical component of the country's economy and military capabilities. The New York Times has reported that the deployment includes elements of the 82nd Airborne Division and Marine Corps units. While the Pentagon and Central Command have not yet officially confirmed the plan, military officials have indicated that consultations are underway and the framework for the operation has already been determined. One of the key strategic objectives under consideration is the seizure of Iranian islands in the Gulf. These islands are believed to serve as a strong Iranian military base, housing elements of Iran's air force and serving as a major oil storage and export facility. The Trump administration is reportedly studying the feasibility of such an operation, which would involve capturing territory located approximately 40 kilometers of the Iranian coast. Iran's warning, retaliation, and oil price shock. Iran has responded to the US military buildup with stark warnings. Iranian officials have declared that if the United States launches an operation to seize its islands, Iran will destroy all American interests in the Middle East. Tehran has emphasized that its missile capabilities are sufficient to strike as assets throughout the region, as well as American allies. In a particularly aggressive threat, Iran has stated that it will target oil refineries belonging to US allies in the Middle East. The goal, according to Iranian sources, is to drive international oil prices to $200 per barrel, a dramatic increase from current levels. Before the war, crude oil was trading at less than $90 per barrel. It has since climbed above $100, and a sustained attack on regional energy infrastructure could send prices skyrocketing, with global economic consequences. Expanding the force, special forces, and rapid deployment as military buildup is not limited to conventional ground forces. Reports indicate that an additional 2,500 Special Forces troops from the 31st Special Forces Group are en route to Central Command, and US military officials have suggested that the total number of deployed forces could eventually reach 10,000. Last week, the US had already sent 2,500 Special Forces troops to the region, redeployed from their base in the Sea of Japan. This withdrawal from the Asia-Pacific region underscores the priority the US is placing on the Middle East theater. To support this rapid buildup, approximately 1,330 military transport aircraft and personnel carriers are preparing to move troops and infantry to Central Command. Military officials have noted that the Air Force and Marine Corps are the fastest-moving branches of the US military, capable of deploying more than 10,000 personnel on short notice. Additional infantry forces from the 82nd Airborne Division remain on standby, ready to deploy if the situation escalates further. A blueprint from Venezuela. The capture of Nicolás Maduro's current planning for Iran bears notable similarities to a previous US operation that demonstrated the effectiveness of rapid, coordinated military action. On January 3, 2026, US forces executed a swift operation to capture Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. The operation, ordered by the Department of War, involved a combination of Central Intelligence Agency assets and military forces. According to reports, US aircraft launched missiles to neutralize key Venezuelan military positions, creating a path for special operations forces to move in. The operation culminated in the capture of Maduro and his wife inside their bedroom in a building in the capital, Caracas. The speed and efficiency of the operation surprised many observers, showcasing the advanced capabilities of his military and intelligence services. Maduro was subsequently transported to New York City, where he and his wife face charges of drug trafficking, as authorities have accused him of leading a Latin American drug trafficking network that allegedly benefited the Venezuelan regime. The operation involved between 20,000 and 30,000 as military personnel deployed in the Caribbean Sea. Military experts have noted that as electronic warfare capabilities played a critical role, reportedly disabling Russian and Chinese-made defense systems, leaving them in a state of complete darkness and unable to shoot down as fighter jets. Iran vs. Venezuela. A different challenger of the Venezuela operation demonstrated EU's military's ability to rapidly capture a foreign leader. Military experts caution that Iran presents a far more formidable challenge. Unlike Venezuela, Iran possesses a well-established and heavily armed military force in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Despite significant losses including the reported deaths of senior leaders such as Ali Khamenei, Ali al-Yani, and approximately 10 top generals, the IRGC still maintains a strong leadership structure capable of confronting the United States. Trump has publicly characterized the Islamic Republic of Iran as a terrorist regime that must be confronted and dismantled. He has stated that there are many more top leaders within Iran's leadership structure, indicating that our strategy may extend beyond targeting individual figures to the complete dissolution of the regime as military assets in the regions of today. The total as military presence in the Middle East is estimated at approximately 60,000 personnel, supported by around 100,000 air assets. However, the US's naval presence in the region has faced complications. Only one aircraft carrier, the USS Appleton, is currently operational in the theater. A second carrier, the USS Tad, was forced to return to base after a fire broke out in its galley and spread to other areas. The USS Chad is currently sailing out of the Red Sea for repairs at our Navy base in Crete, leaving the US with reduced naval capacity at a critical moment. Historical context. The 2003 Iraq war to understand the scale of the current buildup. It is worth recalling the 2003 invasion of Iraq. At that time, the US launched the campaign to overthrow Saddam Hussein's regime with a force of 300,000 to 400,000 troops, supported by 40 warships and 6 aircraft carriers. The operation lasted 43 days before Saddam's regime collapsed. Saddam was later captured, tried, and executed. By comparison, the current US force in the Middle East, estimated at 60,000 troops, is significantly smaller. However, military planners note that the nature of warfare has changed, with advanced precision strikes, electronic warfare, and special forces operations playing a more prominent role than large-scale ground invasions. Whether this smaller, more agile force will be sufficient to achieve its objectives in Iran remains an open question. Conclusion. A region on the edge of the deployment of an additional 3,000 troops to the Middle East, combined with the presence of special forces, rapid response units, and a growing air fleet, signals that the United States is preparing for a significant escalation in its conflict with Iran. Iran, for its part, has issued dire warnings of retaliation, threatening to target its allies and drive oil prices to unprecedented levels. As the military build-up continues, the region waits to see whether this show of force will deter Iran or provoke the very conflict both sides say they are prepared to wage. What is clear is that the United States is drawing on lessons from recent operations, including the capture of Nicolás Maduro in Venezuela, while acknowledging that Iran represents a far more formidable adversary. With tens of thousands of troops now in position and more on the way, the stage is set for a confrontation that could reshape the Middle East for decades to come.